welcome back. So let's play Skyrim Perfectly Modded, episode 23. I wonder if I can actually take my wild horse anywhere, specifically, or, to make it unwild. No, I guess I can check. And I've been looking into the whole werewolf vampire thing. I cannot be both at one time, unless I'm actually using a mod that lets me do so. I'm
telling you, I heard it. Howling. Those werewolf tales are true.
You are troubled, Gore.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of mead.
Do you want one?
Everything's all right?
I am simply telling you
If you've business with the Jarl, I'd ask that you speak to me first.
I noticed an argument when I came into town. What was it about?
Ah, you saw that, did you? Life in Morthal has been troubled lately. The people are uncertain, restless. They merely look to the Jarl for leadership.
What's going on wrong in
There's
Morthal?
Rebellion against the Empire. Strange noises have been heard in the marshes at night. And then, the tragedy with Rogar's home. The men simply seek wisdom. Everything will be fine.
That quiet little
That's
town.
what many here wanted. A quiet life in a quiet place, without the noise or the trouble of a city. Now some worry this wizard Fallion will foul it all up. All right then.
Speaking of wizards, do I still have perks? No. But anyway, I actually need to check. So yeah, destruction seems to be my most needed thing. I still need you. I can't not use those though. Oh yeah, by the way, I need to read the next book. And that book would be Vernaculus and Borlor. Maitavi Dromio. Helgerd walked in the king's ham the lord this evening, his face clouded with sadness. He ordered a mug of grief. His mates Gerzeg and Zemora joined him with moderately sincere concern. What's wrong with you, Helgerd asked Yerma. You're later than usual, and there's an air of tragedy you've dragged in with you. Less money or nearest dearest? Less any money, Helgerd grimaced, but I've just received word from my nephew that my cousin Aliok has died. Perfectly natural, he says, just old age. And Aliok was 10 years younger than me. Oh, that's terrible, but it goes to show. And the more to savor all life's possibilities, because you never know when your time is coming, said Gerzeg. Sitting at the same stool at the Smoky Corner Club for the last several hours. He was not one cursed with self-awareness. Nice, short, all right, agrees Yerma, but if you'll pardon a thought, few is aware influence will have after a death. There's comfort there. For example, have I told you the story of Vernaculus and Beller? I don't believe so, said Halgerd. This was a Daedra, said Zemora, throwing a few dribbles of Flynn on the hearth to cast a proper mood. And the tale took place many, many years ago. It would still be fair to say that Vernaculus still is one. For what, after all, is time to the immortal Daedra? Actually, Gerzeg, is that the notion of immortality? I'm trying to offer a friend an inspirational tale in his hour of need. Zemora, I don't have all bloody night to tell it, if you don't mind. Never heard of Vernaculus, said Zemora, abandoning the theme of immortality for the time being. For even at the height of his power and fame, he was considered feeble by the admittedly high standards of the day. Of course, this lack of respect infuriated him, and his reaction was typical of lesser Daedra. What a murderous rampage. Soon word spread through all the villages in the Colovian West. Oh, that's where I get my bow from. The unholy terror, whole families have been butchered, castles destroyed, orchards and fields torched and cursed, so nothing would ever grow there again. Things even worse for the villagers. Vernaculus began getting visitations from old rivals of his from Oblivion. She was a dangerous seducer named Horvatha, and she delighted in taunting him to see how angry she could make him become. But a village, and that's supposed to be impressive, she would sneer. Collapsing a continent, maybe you'd get a little attention. This could only become pretty angry. He didn't come very close to classic the continent of Tamriel, but it wasn't for lack of trying. Here was a need to face the mad Daedra. Fortunately, one was available. His name was Borlor. It was said that he had been blessed by the goddess Karnith. That was the only explanation for his inhuman accuracy with bow and arrow, for he never missed a target. Child, he had driven his marksmanship tutors well with frustration. Telling the bow how to plant his feet, how to knock in a bolt, proper grip for the core, the best method of release. He ignored all the rules, and somehow every time the arrow would catch a breath of wind, sail directly to his target. It didn't matter if the core was moving or still. Very close range or miles away. He wanted to strike with zero would be struck. I answered the call when one of the village mayors begged him for help. Unfortunately, he was not as great a horseman as he was an archer. Rode through the forest toward the mayor's town, a place called Ep23, and Vicars were already murdering everyone there. Rode through the watch and settled back a yawn. Murdering a small town mayor isn't gonna put you in a famous company, you know. He is a great champion to defeat. Someone like Ysgrimor or Perennial Whitestrake, or she stared at the figure from the forest. That fellow, Uzi, growled Nicholas between bites of the mayor's quivering body. The great archer and Tamriel he's never missed. He was both strong and he was pointing at the Daedra. Moreover, I felt like laughing. The fellow was not even aiming straight, but he had a well-honed sense of self-preservation. There's something at the man's lack a look of confidence that convinced the Daedra that Horathor wasn't lying as the bolt left the bow, but it was vanishing in a sheet of flame. He impaled the tree, but as he stood and stared, he had missed a target. Living Veneras raged, fleeing before a mortal man like that. Not even the basest scamp would have been so craven. He exposed himself for the weak, cowardly creature he was. As he considered steps to take to salvage the situation, he found himself face to a knee, the most fearsome of the Daedra princes. Well, I've never thought anything much of you, Vernaculus, giant boomed. You have more than proven your worth. You've shown me the creatures of Mundus that the Daedra are more powerful than the blessing of the gods. Then instead of leading quickly read, as they always did, with a view of Malik Bal. Daedra are, after all, very sensitive about their various defeats at the hands of mortal champions. Especially the elusive beast, the unpursuable one. He who cannot be touched, the bane of Kernith. Shrines devoted to him began to be built in remote corners of Morin and Skyrim. Riller, meanwhile, now found flawed, was never again called to rescue a village. So heartbroken over his failure to strike his target that he became a hermit and never restrung his bow again. Months later he died, unmourned and unremembered. Really the tale you thought would cheer me up? I asked her in crit. I've heard the King of Worms told more inspiring stories. Wait, said Zyphreium, I'll not finish it. Son of Vernaculus was content to watch his legend grow and his fledgling worship spread from his home in oblivion. He was, in addition to being cowardly, inclined toward murderous rage, also a very lazy creature. His worshippers told tales of their master with the multiple of 1,000 archers and moving through oceans without getting wet, and other feats of avoidance they would rather not have to demonstrate in person. So I heard that his ignominious retreat from Burl was thankfully forgotten. It was when it came, was delivered to him with some relish by Horathor. He delighted in his jealousy of his growing reputation, so as full smile she told him your shrines are being assaulted. Who dares? When everyone who passes them in the wilderness feels he can throw a stone over the bird. You can hardly blame them. After all, they represent he who cannot be touched. Can anyone be expected to resist such a target? He has peered through the veil into the word of Mundus and saw that it was true. Shrines in Colonian West Country was surrounded by a large platoon of mercenary soldiers, dry and pelting with rocks. His worshippers huddled inside, praying for a miracle. Then he appeared before the mercenaries and the range was terrifying to behold. In the woods, before he even had a chance to murder one of them, his worshippers threw open the one door to shrine from knees and joined fear. He melted, then a stone struck him. Then another. He turned to his hand, but the air was suddenly filled with rocks. When Nicholas could not see them, the mercenaries and the words laughed. It's not even trying to move out of the way. Possible not to hit him. He managed around the Daedra bound into the shrine, chased by the onslaught. One of the stones knocked the door closed behind him, striking him in the back. His face broke, anger and embarrassment disappearing, replaced by pain. He turned, shaking, to his worshippers who huddled in the shadows of the shrine, their face shattered. Where did you get the wood to build the shrine? Fingers groaned. Mostly from a copse of trees near the village of his high priest shrugged. It's not. He dropped forward, revealing the deep wound in his back. It's an arrowhead buried in a whorl in the wood of the door. Had jolted loose in the salt and impaled him. Great. It was the arrow from before. The Daedra vanished in a whirlwind of dust. The shrines were abandoned shortly after, though Veneras did have a brief resurgence as the patron spirit of limitations and impotence faded from memory altogether. Burrow himself never became very well known either, but there are still some who tell the tale, like myself, and we have the advantage of knowing what the great archer himself didn't know on his deathbed. His final arrow found its target after all. It's a nice story. Oh, I can mark that off.
So, life has brought you to Morthal, and to me. What purpose this serves, we will no doubt see. Welcome.
Thanks.
Tamriel is full of wisdom and magic, if one is willing to look for it. few have their eyes open.
You stand the war.
Where I have always stood, here in Morthal. Now is not the time to fight amongst ourselves. I fear dark days approach, and all of Skyrim's strength will be needed.
No, I agree with it. What manner of evil is at work here?
That which is unknown can create unease, even fear. It is to be expected. Some fear our new resident wizard. As they grow to know him, they will accept him.
Hey, you just have a fleet of mud
Time
crabs
will
over it.
prove me right.
You will not disrespect Jarl Idgrod while in this hall. Do we have an understanding?
Why would I disrespect her?
It's no secret that Jarl Idgrod is different. It's also no secret that there are rumors about her and her visions. I won't repeat them, and I won't allow them to be spread under this roof. Now you go about your business. Aye.
Yes, sir. The gate turn is
The Legion's
Julius.
always looking for strong, capable warriors. If you think you've got what it takes, our headquarters is in Solitude.
What's Imperial Legion doing in Skyrim?
Not sure I understand the question. The Legion's always been in Skyrim. We have garrisons throughout all the provinces of the Empire. Our mission is to serve the Emperor, uphold the law, and protect the citizenry. Skyrim's days are darkening, and the Legion will soon be called into service like never before. But we stand ready, as always, to meet that call.
Tell me your opinion of the war.
I mean Ulfric's so-called Stormcloak Rebellion? The Nord Kings, excuse me, Jarls. They can't seem to control their own people, so the Legion has stepped in to keep order. Sadly, the Empire's stretched a little thin these days, and we've gotten very few reinforcements. So we've been forced to recruit locally. But rest assured, citizen, we'll put an end to this uprising, and things will get back to normal soon enough. I'll take my leave then.
I mean, shouldn't I be the one who's taking the leave? It's not exactly water, is it?
If you've business with the Jarl, I'd ask that you speak to me first.
Oh, it's you. Hi.
You're different, aren't you? Not like anyone else. Not in Morthal or Skyrim.
The visions continue to hold me in balance, Gorm.
So, the same then.
Do not worry, my friend. All is well.
The Lusty Argonian Maid, Volume 2. Didn't this game almost get, like... Wasn't there some... this game's like a rated T, I think? Well, because of, like, this book or something like that? Might have got an M, I think? There's something. Lusty Argonian Maid, Volume 2. Hold on. I like how there's specifically locations. Controller, huh? The Lusty Argonian Maid travel mug. Okay. At least no one seems to care. Oh, I can probably make an apple stew now.
How are you feeling, Jarl?
I don't need to take everything.
balance, Gore.
So, the same then.
Do not worry, my friend. All is well.
I mean, again, don't steal, but here's the thing. You know, there's literally no consequence to stealing in this game. For me, at least with the mods, because, again, it doesn't make any sense, you know. How do they know that it's stolen?
They say Helgen got hit by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here.
Good to know. Ooh, Thumurge's hut. Maybe I can sell some, so I need to find a general's goods so I can buy, like, more water and specifically more oil. Is that my horse?
They say the college has been snooping around Sarthal. Mages in a burial crypt. No good can come of that.
Okay. I did wanna...
If you need any alchemy supply, Jürgen and I both work hard, all the time. Murthal is important to both of us.
How long have you studied alchemy?
I picked up the trade when I was a girl. One of the temple healers staying here on a pilgrimage showed me the basics. She had a book with her, Song of the Alchemists, that I used to read over and over. I miss having a copy.
If I find a copy, I'll bring it to you.
I'd be happy to show you a bit about herbs if you find the book.
That book you wanted.
It's amazing how much you can learn from a book. Here, let me show you some of the things the temple healers...
Yeah, that was, one, yeah. You have any trouble getting supplies here?
No. Well, sometimes, but that's not the problem. I just often don't have much to do, so I tend to try things out. They don't usually work, but I try.
That's what I do.
Next thing I know, I've used up most of my stock.
I know that. What are you selling today? Got food in here? Got a gourd. Eh.
Aye.
Aye. Oh. Yeah, I know she runs up after me. Hey. Why the fuck do you have a horse up there? Yeah, why? Okay. Mod configuration. Horse faction relations. Oh yeah, there's a horse charge, isn't there? Oh, and I'm thinking of getting rid of the like extra loot stuff. Cause it's just too much. Oh yeah. Because it's just too much, everything. It's okay. That was minty lightning anyways. Dynamic loot. Those I'm okay with. Chain weapons, okay. Proof weapon, that's fine stuff. Is there anything else? There's ASIS. Oh, and apparently I can make myself use healing immediately.
Somebody help. I'm getting out of here.
What are you? Oh, I pissed off the Stormcloaks. I need more extra magicka. Not exactly what I wanted. Which one's which? Oh boy.
If I can talk, stand up.
Is that guy? No, he didn't die. Yeah, sure. Oh, a steel shield? I think that's better than what I have. See, already, we're still getting ridiculously powerful stuff like that. Huh. Oh, what happened? We just got invaded.
Make it quick.
I'm sorry, I'm just looting people.
What happened?
You just saw what happened.
Have you seen my mother? I'm still waiting.
Poor bastard.
Oh, I got that guy Zero. No! No. He died. That sucks. I mean, I should have figured considering they actually started going after me, but...
Ah, dead body.
That really sucks.
Yes?
No thank you for helping you guys.
What happened?
Oh, spring seal. Not as good as my orcish bow. You know, at this point, I think it's fair to say now Morkarth is going to be against Stormcloaks. When you send a... Look at this guy rock into the sky. Oh, 200 arrows. Yes, please.
Oh, what happened?
Hit tanning wreck. I don't think they're that useful. Ooh. They're vile. Well, it seems to be by 50. Their big build bag right. Back left. Okay, that's really cool. Well, it'll be even cooler. Do I not have my firework? Yes, I don't have my fireworks either. But my other stuff. What am I trying to say? Why does this always happen? Maybe in armor? Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, are you serious? Triple aquamarine, cabochon, oh, arcalium. No, I think that looks a little different.
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Let me guess.
But
Someone
I'm not-
stole your sweet
I'm not
roll.
here.
Aren't the kids like assholes usually? I think they updated it so that they're not like that anymore. A stone hand, a manuscript. Bulgaria, the stone hand. Anyways, something tells me we're way over time. Yep. So, if you enjoy this video, you know what to do. That's a sign of a good game that I'm enjoying, is if videos are longer, because I keep on forgetting to check. Anyways, if you enjoy this video, you know what to do. See ya!